What's up? Oh shit, I was gonna say what's up, nerds.
You were.
It's not that show.
It's not.
It's not that time. All right, let's get to the real show. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Unqualified Game Chat, episode 98. Out the gate, stay up late. We might vape. Oh, that was better than vaping. I don't want to say anything. I was just going with the flow.
You know what? I think we both did well.
My friend, my colleague, my confidant, Spencer, the legacy.
What's up, everyone? It's me again.
Ooh, we're on a roll, and I'm so happy. Like, again, these episodes, it's not like we never wanted to stop doing them. It's that
just life got
with everything going on, we could not find time for them. But another week, another round of layoffs in the game industry.
Oh, that's rough.
And I know we have the state of play to talk about. I know we have maybe a lot. We'll probably just talk about the state of play. Let's keep it simple.
You guys want to know what we think of the state of play. We want to tell you what we think.
There was an Assassin's Creed delay.
Oh yeah, that was today, wasn't it?
The only thing I want to say on that.
Yeah.
It takes balls, Ubisoft, to avoid a holiday launch.
It does.
Good on you.
Good on you. You've avoided the fate of Sonic 06, rushing for that holiday.
You know what? It's a Ubisoft tradition to launch Assassin's Creed before the holidays to get in those baskets, and I think it took a lot of balls.
Yeah.
It took a lot of balls. Whatever they're changing, whatever they're doing, whatever they're fixing, took a lot of balls.
And I think the game will be better for it. I won't be playing it because I'm like 5 games behind on Assassin's Creed. I'm at Origins, and soon enough I'll pick that up in between a bunch of RPGs. But I'll play it probably in 5 years, and I'll be like, oh, I see. I'm glad that I waited 5 years because there's 400 patches, and everything's fixed.
I love that people are now discovering that they're looking at games like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and they're like, wow, this game is actually like really pretty, and it's on PS4, like early PS4. Like, there's so many like, I don't know. I use Sleeping Dogs as like my go-to. Like, game. You can watch someone play Sleeping Dogs right now and think that it was released this year. I'm sorry, you could.
You're like, that's cool. That's a cool looking game. What game is that? And you'd be like, a game that's never getting a sequel because the world's unfair and evil.
It was. They fucking they took something so beautiful away from us.
Emma Stone in it.
Shut the fuck up. For 2 scenes.
Briefly. Very, very briefly.
That was the only reason I beat the game, is because I was hoping they'd come back. Like, she'd make a comeback. Never does.
Yeah. She's very, very, very briefly in the game. But it's Emma Stone.
It is Emma Stone.
She's in it.
It is Emma Stone.
That's Gwen Stacy.
So what a week it's been. I had the stomach flu earlier this week.
Oh no, that's no good.
It took me out Monday. It took me out. I had like a ton of deadlines too, but it took me out. That's why Mark did the audio for one of the videos this week for mouthwashing. I couldn't even do the fucking audio. I couldn't talk, or I was just hating life.
They got to hear Mark's steely tones.
He's very steely.
Yes, he's very steely. Yeah.
And speaking on man, it's as a man, I grew up in a generation where my dad was still kind of abusive. So it's hard to admit. It's hard to admit that I had the stomach flu. It's like, that is the corniest disease to get fucked by. Like, oh, your tummy hurts. Oh, you need a
stomach flu is rough.
You need your belly wubbed. Yeah, I do. I need my belly wubbed.
He does need his belly wubbed.
I want some soup, and I want my belly wub.
And some ginger ale.
Ooh, now you're talking.
And television that you wouldn't watch outside of being sick because it's like 1
Ooh,
p.m. and
like a
who
Judge
knows what's on.
Judy, like
Judge Judy,
a
Wheel of
MASH
Fortune,
rerun.
MASH reruns, maybe a little bit of Cheers, maybe you get some game shows that you didn't know
Stargate
existed.
SG-1.
Stargate SG-1. Maybe you get a movie you've seen from the '90s,
Ooh.
Broken Arrow. Maybe you get
Running with
the
Wolves.
yeah. Maybe you get those Jerry Springer game shows that there's 1 or 2 seasons of that's only on during the day because it's cheap syndication.
Literally, I implore you to all, at least one time this week, watch daytime television and experience a very particular side of America that maybe you didn't know exists, but is definitely thriving in a space
Oh
that
yeah.
exists between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
on weekdays.
Daytime
And
talk show.
don't get me started on ABC's Laugh Block. Don't get me started on their Laugh Block.
Damn, what's on the laugh block?
Ooh, probably I don't know.
What
They're
has
having
you laughing?
probably like NCIS to me is a comedy.
It is
There is no
You have to elaborate on which one because there's 400 of them. There's every state in
dude,
the world.
fuck, dude. I have to. Okay, so I watched The Bachelor.
It's true.
I watched The Bachelor, and I see like commercials for like fucking Tracker, fucking 911, and they are like the worst.
We live in 30 Rock. So many
You
things
have
that
like
exist now are like they would be a throwaway joke in 30 Rock.
you have like the general level animations on some of
Yeah,
like the helicopters and stuff, like
yeah. The-
1-800 General now.
Yeah. It looks like fucking that entire old men with the carpets.
Oh my god, they have one coming out. I forgot what it's called, but it's it's about them. It's like NCIS on a ship. So it's like them, but they're on a
Yeah.
cruise ship and they're like solving murders. Why are all these accidents
International.
happening on this cruise ship? Maybe when do we start blaming the cruise ship and
Also,
not the
why is it
people that are
suspicious that they have an investigation unit on the cruise ship and that all these things are happening? Maybe these are happening to justify having them there.
And then Brian, I mean, while we're on the subject, Brian would be sad if we didn't mention his favorite show, the upcoming spinoff for Sheldon, where his brother and
Oh, little
sister
baby Sheldon.
get married.
His
Sheldon's
brother and
done.
sister get married?
I think it's his brother and sister, or maybe
There's an incestuous marriage.
maybe it's his sister getting married to a guy. I said it so casually. I said it so casually, like, yeah, that totally makes sense that Sheldon's brother and sister. That I do think that one of them's his siblings getting
Yeah.
married to another one. I don't
Little
watch the
Sheldon's
show.
Big Wedding,
I
that's what
can't
it's
really.
called, right?
I'm sorry. To me, yes, in my world, in my universe, it is his brother and sister. Prove me wrong.
Little Sheldon Big Wedding. That's what the
Prove
show's
me
called, I
wrong.
think.
Prove me wrong.
Do you ever go when you like because you have Facebook because you have Messenger, so like you're like instinctively you check Facebook for something and you just see like 400 Little Sheldon clips that are constantly recommended to you, and it's like I don't even watch. I've never like watched this show. I don't like any pages affiliated with it. Why do I get so many Little Sheldon clips with like weird pitching to avoid copyright?
Dude, that totally works though, because one month, for some reason, Facebook decided I really like Eminem. So it just
Yeah,
started showing me like pictures of his family and like where he is now and
yeah.
like him with Dr. Dre and all this stuff. And a couple weeks go by and I'm like, fuck, dude, I have all this Eminem knowledge. I need to go to like a pop quiz. Like
Let's go to Eminem Little Sheldon trivia night.
I'm the biggest fan. I'm the
I'm the
biggest
biggest fan
fan.
of
So
those
it
two things,
works.
those intersecting interests.
I doubt that would work for me for young Sheldon though.
Yeah, I've never watched a full clip, but it's always trying to get me to.
Uh, moving on from stomach flu.
Yes,
You've had some neck pain recently.
I did. I've had a screwed up neck since I was a kid because I was in a little bit of a car accident when I was a kid that gave me somewhat a whiplash and the like. But normally it's manageable. Like it's not that bad at all. But I don't know if I slept weird or what. But like Sunday, My neck was a throbbing, and it was the kind that goes from your back to like your forehead. So you have like brutal, feels like there's like a nail in your head, and you're like, oh my God. To the point where I was like, I can't do anything. Like, I don't even want to sit at my computer and do shit. So I did a lot of sleeping and icing it and heating. Then I went to physiotherapy and they fixed it. And I was like, oh. I don't want to say where because I don't want scary people to track where I live. But it was great. I love physio. It's very helpful.
Oh, shout out to the doctors. Shout out to the physical therapist.
Shout out to my physiotherapists. They're great. And I feel better now. I only have a little bit of neck pain, and that's just because it takes some time after that to unwind when it's all crazy town in there. So yeah, I'm feeling much better.
That's good.
It's funny. You don't notice how much like pain makes you tired until you're in a lot of pain, and then you're just tired all the time.
Yeah, you don't you make an effort to look at your inbox, but like
you're like, I'm not doing anything.
I can't respond. I feel like I'm being like rude.
Yeah, exactly. Rude. It's like because if you say something that's like slightly unlike what you normally say, you just be like, I don't know, I don't even remember. My head was fucking pounding.
So some sad news happened this week, other than your neck hurting and my stomach flu. Another round of Gamurs with the URS. Round of layoffs. I believe 30 people were laid off.
Yeah, that was just yesterday, wasn't it? Or it was
a couple days ago. Monday. Yeah. Stomach flu day, neck pain day. So
it was a bad day.
For us, we probably experienced the bulk of it on Tuesday. But again, the industry is definitely shifting. Destructoid fired all of their editors. They have no editors on that staff, which tells you that they are likely just using AI now. And while I believe that there is a path forward for writers to utilize AI to help them on their day-to-day,
like a tool.
There are several tasks that when you're writing, that you have to do every single time. And whether that includes like when a game is announced, I don't know anything about it as much as you do. The game is announced. So what I think typically is done when people cover press releases on like smaller scale sites, which is the easiest way possible, is to copy and paste the press release. So get a press release, copy and paste it. The news of a press release, I think, is like an announcement, a release date, a new trailer, stuff that generally like I don't think IGN really covers. I think they upload trailers to their website, but they don't like cover trailers as a news story. Unless it's like a huge game or something, like Red Dead or something.
I think the first one.
Yeah.
With the first trailer, it's like, whoa, finally, GTA 6 first trailer.
Yeah. And normally like it's not like us who like, oh, a new character trailer for Sword Art, we cover it.
Yeah.
So in every I do believe like, okay, whenever I write about a game, I have to write about the game, like in Sword Art Online. In Sword Art Online, you do this, these characters are here, these are the
to get the word
in the past, how we've done this in the past is we've wrote like one fluff kind of about section for a game, and then we update it as it goes. But
that's what we did, yeah.
It's like we write the news, and then underneath the news is the about the game that we wrote, and it's so that like maybe you're just seeing it for the first time. Maybe, like that information I feel needs to be there. Is what I'm saying.
It's like, what is this game? What is it about? Or who made it?
Yeah, back in 2007, whenever I was at DualShockers, when I first started there, we could push articles that were like 3 sentences long. Yeah. Because the news was literally just like, new trailer, new screenshots, here's the screenshots below. Yeah. but nothing like about the game. Like it wouldn't be like this is, because no one thought, oh shit, we have to make these articles more than 300, 200 words.
Yeah.
Like, but now
We have
Google
to have
loves
this
that.
perfectly optimized for everyone to click it all the time.
Yeah, now Google loves that. So I think if you are a writer right now and you can find a way to help yourself, save yourself the energy of like doing that stuff in a way that is ethical in your personal ethics. And I think that varies from person to person in this industry,
Yeah.
whether you're a content creator, media, anything. Really ask yourself, like, does this ethically feel right? And if it doesn't, step back.
Mm-hmm.
Let other people make the mistake. You see AI generated articles get called out all the
Yeah.
time. And it's
They're so bad.
because they have non-gaming editors
Yeah.
using AI, or non-editors using AI to write. So like, say I used AI to write a story about Final Fantasy VII, and it somehow confused Sephiroth for Cloud. So in the
Yeah.
whole article, it refers to Cloud as Sephiroth. Well, I don't know anything about games. It seems right to me. I'm going to post it. You just called yourself out.
You just destroyed yourself.
It's only
show.
a fucking.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
You can't have, I think, like, you can't have it replace the writing process. You can have it supplement parts of it, but even that, like, typically, I just do things. I just do things manually for almost everything, like, just because I find it easier. But you can't, like, it's that Sports Illustrated thing from a while back where
Mm-hmm.
the whole Sports Illustrated online, they like wiped the whole staff, and then they had a bunch of really clearly AI articles go up with AI pictures of people that didn't exist, and
Yeah.
it's just like, that's so fucked. That's so
Yeah.
evil and fucked. You can't do that. Like, oh
It's it's because I think these bigger websites, though, they see it as like, well, if Game Couch has access to these tools,
mhm.
they're just going to use them to make YouTube videos, to AI generated YouTube videos, and put them out. The thing is I think you have to trust your community, and I don't think these fucking websites, these huge websites, even know their communities. I don't
Yeah.
think that head IGN looks at a game and says that's an IGN game. I don't
Mhm.
think that like they actually understand like where they fit in the world, or in
Do you
I
think it's a
think
thing where it's like they're just too big to even do it, or do you think it's just
I
why do you
don't,
think that?
because Kotaku
Yeah.
is only 4 editors. They have freelance
Interesting.
writers, but Kotaku is only 4 people on a
Mhm.
day-to-day basis. So yes, they pay their writer, or they pay their writers, and they pay their staff, but when you see their content and you see gamers just being like, why do you hate us? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's that trajectory towards game coverage is what we need right now. And
Mhm.
I think, and it sucks because that's what gets clicks too, right? It's like
Yeah.
the drama is what drives
It's so
traffic.
bad
And
how bad rage bait's gotten. It's horrible.
I'm trying to show people that you can just cover video games. You can
Mhm.
cover just news, and you can cover reviews, and you can review all these games, and there is a path forward. And I hope that the success of Noisy Pixel um can kind of prove that, because they're saying, there's this email that went on for gamers. It's like, hey, the Google helpful content update. Listen, it
Yeah.
it hurt all of us. It fucking hurt all of us.
Yeah.
But I'm pivoting in a way that, okay, what I had what happened with me was like, oh, it said Google's like, I like guides and in-depth articles. Okay. Okay. Kotaku next week. Hey, we're shifting our entire editorial towards guides,
Oh,
reacting right away.
yeah.
Every website is like, hey, we're putting all of our budget into guides because a Google blog said, just because a Google blog said, we like guides and people who are masters of, they like, because Google won't answer your emails. So that's
Mhm.
all people, that's all they know. It's like, okay, we got to go back, tell all our writers, you have to write a ton and show that you're an expert. And I'm thinking, I don't think that's what Google means. I think they mean an expert in your area.
Yeah.
I think they mean do people like going to your website for this and this and that. And Google has admitted that they fucked up that update. And they've admitted that they're trying to fix it. It killed us. And that's a reason why we had to stop the show. But it killed Noisy Pixel for a while, and it's surprised that we're even here. But it's just so silly that he mentions that the owner of Gamurs mentions this in that layoff email. It's like this is the reason why we're laying 30 people off. That helpful competent update, and what they don't know is that they're laying off the only people that will be able to get them out of that hole. They're laying off the only people that are knowledgeable and capable enough to pull them out. And they're going to resort to low effort AI generated coverage stuff to get the pennies. If they're putting out 400 articles on average, they should be get some return, right? Even if
in 1 year it'll be a tweet, Gamurs is shutting down.
Yeah.
After all these years, we tried our best.
Or they'll do what Game Informer did and just start shutting down entities.
Oh yeah, that too.
It's because they own Siliconera, they own Destructoid, they own some esports stuff. They own the Mary Sue. It's a pretty weird catalog.
It is a strange bunch of things that don't have much relation to each other.
I think they really got good. They really saw. I think they were making a ton of money in 2020, though. But anyway,
yeah.
If ever I find a way to fucking be in a position to like give back to this community, I'll figure something out. You know, it's like, and I think that's a big reason why I got off social media too, is that I didn't have an answer. And I felt like every time someone got laid off, I wanted to be like, oh, let me help you. But I'm not in the position to help anybody right now.
Yeah.
And I think that mentally hurts me. And I think that's a big reason why I got off social media, is because like there's just too much pain.
That's fair.
I'm an empath.
It's very rough. You're something of an empath. I've always said that about you. I've been saying that for 15 years. Yeah, no, it really is just, it seems like every other day it's just, oh, I was laid off, like tons of tweets. It's like, how much more can that happen? Like before it's just nothing. I don't know. It's rough. It is mentally draining to be in that industry and see that. It is rough, but
yeah. And it's like I can't really say anything because sure, Noisy Pixel is like semi-successful. I mean, I don't have to put as much of my own money into it anymore. It's still some, but it pays itself for the most part. And we break even. We should be breaking even this year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just can't imagine, like, I know it's hard, you know, you're going to like to launch something like this or to like build a community. I was looking at creators today, like doing like reaction posts to trailers. There is a lot of competition in that space. And I just because I was just looking for a trailer for a specific game because I didn't want to use the IGN one. I wanted to use the publisher's version of the trailer. So I did a YouTube search of the game, and just like 50 like reaction posts, and they all have like 3 views, 4 views, and I'm like, fuck, like
it's because like 2 of them have 50,000, so everyone's like, that'll be me, and it's not.
Yeah, and again, I don't know. I just feel like that actually kind of made me a little happier because I was like, holy shit, like there's a ton of people on here. I'm so grateful for like the people that subscribe to us. You know, it's like it means a lot more to me now after kind of seeing that, because I don't get to explore YouTube like that. I never do. I don't know any YouTubers. I don't
Brother,
get to watch
Ace
streamers.
Bonanza. The Ace Bonanza.
The YouTuber Ace Bonanza.
The only
Ace
YouTuber
Bonanza.
that matters. New video coming one day. I promise.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those video diaries, like a retrospective, behind the scenes. I don't know, like an Hollywood story.
The Ace Bonanza story. And I don't hold back. It gets nasty.
Pulling up the state of play announcements that I care about.
Yeah, probably the same ones as me.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched it muted because I was at a family thing. But I had it the whole time. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm watching.
There was a Sonic Central on Monday too. That was the fucking dumbest thing I've ever had to. But fucking Bailey's like, they're gonna drop so much news, and
they didn't drop that much. Yeah,
they did. They're telling me to buy stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it was like, the mobile games and merch.
But then you know what occurred to me is I did something that I normally don't do because there was no news that I had to cover. I unhid the comments and I saw how happy everyone was, and I was like, "This isn't for me. This isn't for the writer. It doesn't take much to
make us happy as Sonic fans."
Yeah, this isn't for someone trying to break news. It's for this community. So yeah, I know I'm in the wrong, Spencer.
Yeah, because you are. Because Sonic rocks.
The Midnight Walk. Did you watch this?
Yeah, that's the weird claymation one, right? The PSVR 2? Yeah.
If you're watching the video version, I'll be sure to put the trailer over this so you can kind of watch it while you're listening.
It's very distinct looking and it looks very creepy.
Developer Moonhood Studio. I don't know who they are.
I don't either.
But
it did remind me of another thing with Hood, Neverhood, the visuals a little bit.
Okay. So Fast Travel Games, the publisher, they are a VR exclusive publisher. So
it's nice to see any PSVR 2 shit, because mine I've not touched in over a year, maybe 2.
Dude, do you regret buying it?
Yes, but I'm gonna keep it.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you was my only regret buy in my life?
PSVR. I have both. But I didn't pay for the first one. My brother gave it to me because he got bored with it. But the second one, it is good tech. It just, they didn't do anything.
Spencer, I'm telling you that.
We're going to get Half-Life Alyx. I know it.
I own Magus on PS3 and
why was that so close to your desk?
It's right. Oh, there's a shelf right here.
Okay, I was like, why did you have
I always keep Magus
right there,
an arm's length away,
just in case.
In-house developed by Axis.
Wow.
They're only in-house.
That'll do it.
Fucking Magus. Okay, but still.
Yeah.
PSVR is my regret buy.
I mean, I have fun with the PSVR 2 for the things that it does, but they just didn't put anything out. The games that came out at the very beginning.
Played Horizon?
No, I didn't play that.
You didn't even play the flagship?
That were on PSVR 1, but they were more fun on 2.
Didn't even play the flagship?
I didn't play Horizon. Horizon's boring. I don't care.
I'm there with you. I was talking to some of the staff writers today.
Early episodes we talked about.
We were like, whoa, okay, this is gonna go somewhere. Okay, we were like the only two people that agreed.
I think I was in my sister's house in that episode, and I was in the basement recording. We were both like, yeah, Horizon, I thought it'd be more fun, more exciting. That's a long time ago.
No. Give me some Midnight Walk.
Yeah.
Give me some Midnight Walk. It's coming spring 2025. Cool looking trailer.
It does look cool.
The Midnight Walk brings a dark fantasy adventure to life through a striking visual style crafted entirely in clay. developed by the minds of Lost in Random and Ghost Giant. It has Lost in Random vibes. The game thrusts players into a world where light and darkness collide, personified by the bond between the protagonist, the Burnt One, and their companion, Potboy.
Potboy. I love Potboy.
Yeah, Potboy's cutie. I love I love video games that force imagination onto. Animal Well is definitely one of those that did that to me.
I love claymation too.
Yeah, it's claymation too, and it has that Nightmare Before Christmas vibe to it. Love it.
Yeah,
sign me up.
It looks like when you would be watching a movie in like the 90s, and then it would have like one really weird stop motion scene, and you'd be like,
like Pee-wee's.
Yeah, like Pee-wee with the face, or like Beetlejuice when he turns into the snake.
Yeah. Did you watch Beetlejuice 2? Did you watch Beetlejuice 2?
I thought it was going to be so much worse, and I actually had a pretty decent time watching it. I laughed a lot.
I was either going to watch that this weekend or that Halle Berry horror movie.
That one looks boring. Where they're on the rope. Yeah.
No, the one where they don't go. They're like, don't say it, or I don't know, don't speak. It was a weird. Maybe it is that one. I don't know.
Yeah. Where they're like, they live at home and then they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like. It doesn't look boring, but it does look like my cup of tea. It doesn't but it looks like it's
what's your favorite type of horror? Like Evil Dead 2.
I like horror comedy like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
That's like my third favorite movie ever.
Cabin in the Woods, dude.
I've never seen Cabin in the Woods.
Dude.
I need to. And I don't even know any spoilers or anything.
Yeah, no, perfect. We'll honestly, that is one of my favorite comedy horror movies, and it is inspired entirely by Evil Dead 2. Or Evil Dead 1, sorry. Evil Dead 1, where all the kids are in the cabin.
Yeah. I'll check it out. I will watch it for Halloween.
No, make it a October movie for yourself. We'll do how about fuck it? You're hearing it right now. Every week in October, we're going to talk about one horror movie that we watched over the weekend. And every episode, we'll talk about it.
I like that. And now everyone's going to comment in 3 weeks. You guys didn't talk about a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, you can hold it. Hold us to it. Hold us to it, Lozy.
I will. And then I also just like hokey slasher shit. I love just because it's fun to watch. And then stuff like Alien, where it's like slow, eerie. But yeah,
like Halloween. Like you like the slasher. Yeah.
And I like when it gets stupid, like the later, like Jason, like fucking Jason Goes to Manhattan, where he's on a boat for 90%. I love the dumb shit, like that rocks. I love that. But yeah, but Beetlejuice 2, I love the first Beetlejuice. It's one of my very favorite movies. So I was like, this is probably going to stink because.
Did you ever watch Casper? The live action Casper?
Yeah, where he's in the house that's going to get knocked down.
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
It has a ton of practical effects. Like
it does.
Like a madhouse, like a
doesn't he turn
carnival
into,
house?
He turns into like the Crypt Keeper for a second, and I remember as a kid I was like, oh, "Why is that? That's scary."
Yeah, no, somebody does because they die.
Yeah,
I always thought it was scary when the guy walks in and he walks out with his head turned completely around.
Yeah, that's a scary.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. That's a very scary visual for a little kid. Which is when I watched Beetlejuice 1 as a little kid, when he turns into the snake, I apparently ran out of the room screaming. So now watch it because I love it so much now because of that. Go and see the second one. I was pleasantly surprised that it was rather enjoyable. So I recommend you go see it. Michael Keaton still got it.
He still got it. All right, this weekend. Yeah. That's the weekend movie for me. Cabin in the Woods is the weekend movie for you.
It's true. And a big thing about the movie is they remembered don't use him too much. Use sparingly because then you get the most. You're excited to see more.
That's what I loved. I love that Michael Keaton isn't really the star.
Like 12 minutes of the first one.
Yeah, he's not really. You're scared of the idea of Beetlejuice more than you are of Beetlejuice.
And he's in it just enough that every time he shows up and leaves, you go, "Oh, I want more," and then you get more. And you go,
or he'll show it. As the first half is going, I feel like before he's like they tease him, And those little teases it's like setting up anticipation for when he is gonna come. It's so good.
Every scene he's in is gold, and you're like, ooh, and then he's there just long enough that you're like, oh, I wish I had a little bit more, but I don't mind.
Yeah,
that was fun.
they really relied on like environments and settings to like.
And just the concepts and the weird characters.
I would go as far as to say is the settings are probably a main character.
Oh, 100% the house.
Because I feel like sometimes I don't even hear what they're saying, and I'm just like looking at the walls, and I'm looking.
Yeah, you're looking at all the weird people in the waiting room, and all around, and you're like, wow, this is peak Burton. This is Burton doing this shit that he loves.
Yeah, you know what? You know what I would say on Tim Burton. I think another one of his best films that's not like Nightmare Before Christmas is that Johnny Depp one, the musical with the.
Sweeney Todd. That's a good one.
Sweeney Todd, really good.
Also,
really good. Is that a deep cut, or does nobody hate that?
No, that's a great one. That's a great one.
I'll fucking watch it right now.
I recommend Sweeney Todd. Ed Wood's great. Tim Burton was one of my favorite directors. He had a rough period for like 10, 15-ish years.
We all do.
We've all been there. It's been a rough 10 years for old Spenny.
How do we change unless we learn?
Exactly. And you know what? The fact that Beetlejuice 2 is good is proof that you can come out of the dark phase and make a pretty good movie after that, where you're like, oh, it's old Tim Burton. I heard Wednesday is good. I haven't watched that, but I heard that was a good Tim Burton thing too.
I haven't watched it either. It was too popular.
We've definitely talked about that 100 times, where we both see something get really popular and we're like, we'll watch it later. I'll watch it.
Yeah, it doesn't need me right now. Wednesday doesn't need me. Yeah. It's gonna need me in like 2 years when I'm like have my stomach flu again, and I just need to watch. Your stomach flu
in the shows it's going off Netflix in 2 months, and you're like, oh,
yeah. Fuck it, Luis Guzman. I need to see him.
Oh yeah, he is in it. Every time they get him like that joke in Community where they're like trying to call him, and he's like, oh, Luis Guzman, I loved you in IMDb. So funny.
They have the statue
of him.
And then did they find out that he doesn't even go there? He didn't even go there? Or
he's like, yo, I got laid so much here. I love this school.
Oh, okay. He did go there. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So it's what a good show. Sorry, I just
this from
State of Play for a while.
Yeah. State of Play. Fantasia and Neon Dimension got a December release date. Is that exciting?
It's a very nice looking game. The dioramas
December 5th, 2024.
Combat system is novel.
Dude, that the final boss of that game took me like an hour and a half. I had to put my phone on a charger to beat that game.
I haven't played the full. I only played the preview thing.
I felt like they just made. So it was in halves. The first half, pretty easy to get through. Second half, they're like, oh, they got through it too fast. Let's just up the difficulty.
The 90s blockbuster trick of like make the game really hard so that
Well, they expect you to utilize that that bank system where you
the dimension
a fight.
It's like Dimension Dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, Dimension Dungeon.
Something like that.
And then you'll just fight. Then you'll level up that way, but you have to remember to actually trigger it too. You know, it's like you have to it's just annoying. You don't want to fight all of those enemies. You never do.
It's a really interesting way of like avoiding random encounters, but you're not really avoiding it because it's like you have to do them eventually. So I
don't think it would have been a problem on if I had like an iPad or something. The bigger screen probably. I think it was the fact that it was on my phone and I'm like trying to fight this long battle and then also check my text messages. It just wasn't working. So I had to like while I was playing, I always had to silence my phone right away.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I hope I want to feel the difference. You know, it's a beautiful game though. I think everyone who has not played it is going to have a great time with it. 7, I think it's going to get 8s.
I think so. I think 7s and 8s. Couple sneaky little 9s.
Yeah, you'll get the God is a Geek 9, the Hey Poor Player 9, maybe the Hey Poor Player 10. Yeah. And then the Monster Vine 8, the Monster Vine 4.
Monster Vine 4 out of 5. I don't know.
The Monster Vine 4 out of 5. A cool game was actually announced or revealed. Hell is Us. Very small publisher is or very small agency is working on this, but the publisher is Nacon, which is like, don't they do like
huge mobile games and like
yeah
online games?
So this is like a pretty cool like Souls-like looking like action game where your character looks like is dressed as Bruce Willis in Glass, not Glass, but Unbreakable.
Oh, Unbreakable. Okay.
Yeah, in the
I was thinking about that movie yesterday. Weird
dude,
coincidence.
fucking amazing
That's a good
movie, right?
Good movie.
Fuck, I could watch that too right now. Fuck.
Rocks.
You know what? I'll say that the whole trilogy is okay.
I haven't seen Glass, but I like Split a lot too.
Yeah, the Split is amazing. Yeah. Anyway, fuck, dude, great movie. Hell is Us. Yeah, it's published by Nacon. Let me see. Bailey wrote about it. Hell is Us is a third-person action game that combines melee combat and exploration throughout a semi-open world. Civil war is dividing the country, and a strange calamity has taken over the world, giving rise to creatures modern weapons can't defeat. However, your sword and drone from a different age can combat these chimeras effectively and aid in learning the reasoning behind their appearance. Hell is Us will have no maps, compass, or quest markers. Okay, Metro.
Yeah.
Instead, players will have to use instincts to progress with
you know what else doesn't have compass and Moo?
I think Wukong doesn't have a map either, so
oh yeah, I haven't played that.
Take that, Hell is Us. A nice PR stunt. I'll say that finally. Thanks for laughing at my joke.
That was good.
Finally, Legacy of Kain, Raziel.
I'm excited to finally play those because everyone says they rock, and I heard the Steam versions like don't work, so I don't think I have ever played them there.
I think they've stopped people from buying them, right? Like you can't buy them. Didn't they like close purchase?
I think I have one of them maybe on there that just doesn't. I don't know, but I'm excited to play it because people say those games rock, including you. I remember we talked about it a long time ago on here.
Well, I don't understand why it says 1, 2 remastered, but I believe they only showed gameplay from 1 because 2 was a PS2 game.
Maybe they're doing one at a time.
I thought that they would do the Legacy of Kain collection where they do Blood Omen and Soul Reaver, so you can get the first game and the second game, because Soul Reaver begins from a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
when Kain breaks Raziel's wings. He doesn't want Raziel to be stronger than him right in the beginning. That's how the game starts. But like so many different like I don't know. I would call it a 3D Metroidvania.
That's cool. That's appealing.
Because as you're traveling, the worlds are connected, and you could fast travel using magic and stuff. But the worlds are connected. You can get from point A to point B if you want, all the time. And for anybody out there, I don't know if I've said this on the show, but if you go through the game and just don't kill the humans, don't kill any of them. There's a flamethrower guy, and I think there's a crossbow guy. Just run past them. So when you later in the game, when you get to the human sanctuary, they will all start praising you, and they'll stop shooting at you, and you won't even have to deal with them. You just walk right through it, and don't hit any of them. Talking to you, Lozy. Don't hit any of the poor humans. Lozy's a bad boy.
He's gonna smack him.
Yeah.
He's gonna wallop them around the room.
Yeah, they'll get on their knees and like start bowing. It's really cool.
That's cool. That's a really cool detail.
Yeah. AbsolutePlaystation.com, circa 2000 probably 6. I don't know.
mine
Cheat CC.
Fucking
Cheat CC. Oh yeah, Cheap Planet. Love it.
Which I think Games Radar owns now.
But yeah, it's I wish games media was still divided like that, by the way, where you had game facts areas and you had game news areas. They were different.
You go here for this, you go here for this, you go here for this. It's like stores.
Yeah. But then once like fandom came around and like
suddenly everything's a Walmart. Everything has everything.
Everything's a wiki. Like we got wikis here. We're a wiki
The fandom
community.
mobile experience is maybe the worst ever. Looking up a
God.
wiki page
You
on a
just get
phone
fucked with
is the
ads.
worst shit in the world. I hate it.
Hate it.
It's so bad. And I think they fixed it, but it used to autoplay videos that would repeatedly interrupt the YouTube app on my phone. So I'd be like watching a YouTube video and it would stop. It would stop. And I would go, oh, this site is playing media. And I was like, what the fuck? It's playing like an ad for a movie. Oh, fuck. I hate Wikia. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, it's like, again, industry just responds to people that they think are competitors in way.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's like a podcast where like an old editor of IGN were like, yeah, they were like super scared of fandom and those fan wiki websites. And so that's why they started it. They were scared of YouTube though, too, I think in the beginning as well. But regardless, Soul Reaver, good game.
Yeah,
I will say one thing that I noticed. When they do these like reskin shits, dude, like everything comes out a little too bright. I saw this in the Tomb Raider remastered. It was a little like everything was like I don't know, it takes out the darkness.
Yeah.
Not either. One of the biggest news announcements was that Lunar remastered collection was revealed. It's gonna come with classic. It's coming with Lunar Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete.
I've heard good things about those. Remember the back of a Shonen Jump had an ad for the PSP one, and I said, that looks cool, but I couldn't buy it.
I have Lunar.
Wow.
But I don't and then I have Lunar 2, but I have the box of Lunar 2. I don't have the box.
You have such a cool collection.
So I got this. So this is usually pretty expensive, but I got it on eBay. No one wanted to buy it because this was ripped off. But I literally got it for like $250 off. Like,
wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I think I do think it was like $90 when I and it was like selling for like 300 or 350, you know, like whatever it was at the time.
That's good.
But yeah, it just had watchers, and I was like, oh, I'll just fucking pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes with everything. Working designs used to be really good.
Wow.
Editions.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they used to just pack it, dude. Look at this crap. Look at this.
Wow.
Combat details. Weapon.
Oh, the art of the book, the manual.
Here's all the magic. Here's all the magic. You want to know what the power drive does? One very lucky ally gets a massive boost of attack power, a necessity against many of the larger tough battles. Great. I needed to know that, and I also needed to screenshot to show me. Now I freaking know what a power. I didn't even.
It's a lost art.
Lost art.
It's a lost art.
Lost art. The kids will never understand. Anyway, it's coming to all consoles. It's coming everywhere. Xbox. It's coming on all of us.
oh heavens. Oh my.
Even Doug Bowser, because it's coming to Nintendo Switch. PC, Xbox Series, everything. Again though, you know what? I can't. I've been playing too many games, but let me see. Lunar Villain. What's his name? I should know this, and I'm gonna.
Sephiroth, you mean? Mm-hmm.
Galleon. One of the coolest. One of the coolest villains ever. As cool as Sephiroth. He has like these Bram Stoker's vampire like Dracula fucking boobs on his head.
Yeah, that rocks. The Mr. Burns.
Anyway, okay. But Lunar. I'm excited about it. I'm like I like Lunar, but people got a little too weird about it online. Like,
really? Interesting.
Nope. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes Lunar that much. I'm sorry. Like maybe the characters, yeah, maybe, but I who's out there? Like
Lunar heads.
I
Lunar
want that
heads,
to be the case.
reveal yourselves in the comment section so that
Please,
we make
I'm a pessimist.
I just
Sometimes I believe I just fell out of a coconut tree. And sometimes I just
yeah, ladies. I'm sorry, I don't. Kamala says I think I don't keep
oh
up
yeah,
too
you're
much with US
Canadian.
stuff. Yeah, I've heard that phrase though. I think that's something she says. I believe that's
um,
charming. I like that.
it's so cute.
It is cute. I like that a lot.
I say it more than I like to admit.
I'm gonna start saying it now, probably.
But yeah, I'm glad it's coming. I'm excited for it. I've asked Gung Ho for years for it. I remember like 2020 or there's like a PAX East that I remember going to having a meeting with Gung Ho and like asking them about Lunar and Grandia. Lo and behold, I think Grandia came out shortly after that.
Azario did it for you guys.
Dynasty Warriors Origins looks great.
That's
got a release date January 17th.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Monster Hunter Wilds, February release date.
That'll be good too. Busy February.
February 28th. February 28th. That's a day.
That's a big day.
It just sounds like I've written that oh, it's a Friday. It's a Friday. It's the end of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Moving on. Stellar Blade.
I gotta play that still, but Nier crossover, that's pretty cool.
Nier Automata crossover is it's as if two humble characters collided. I couldn't think of a better collaboration. Maybe it'll get me.
Stellar Blade and Devil May Cry. That'd be cool. I want to see Dante meet her.
Oh, that'd be fucking rad.
Royal Guard. Woo! That'd be cool.
However, however they deal with this like summon, I hope that it's not just a skin that you put on.
But if they get transported to that world.
If you can like do it, I would love to play Stellar Blade as any of those. I fucking Virgil. I'm fucking do it.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. Oh, that rock. That'd be so badass.
But yeah, I think people knew this was coming. I'm excited about it. I have not played Stellar Blade. Huge fan. Own the game, but guys, I got a business to
There's
run.
A lot of games out here.
I can't be hanging around,
gooning,
playing Stellar Blade. What do you think? I'm a professional.
Azario hasn't platinumed it. He hasn't put 400 hours in it. Don't look, don't check, but he hasn't. Don't Google it though.
I think what happens is whenever my brother texts me about a game, and he's like, "Hey, that Stellar Blade's looking pretty good." Immediately, my desire to play has
You're
like
so hipstery that one person being like, "Yo, this is cool." You're like, "No."
Immediately.
That's so funny.
I pull away. Fear the Spotlight from Bloomhouse Games. This is a Jordan Peele game.
Oh, right.
Well, his studio.
Yeah.
It's made by two people. I think they live in Brazil, but Cozy Game Pals. They're a married couple. It's a 2-person developer. I think I do believe that this game is meant for not like Silent Hill fans or anything, even though that's an inspiration. I do think it's meant for the cozy gamer who wants a horror game.
Cozy horror.
There are some scares, there's some psychological stuff going on, but I think it's approachable. So if you don't find yourself like really playing horror games, but you do like the Stranger Things vibes and stuff like that, I think this game lends itself very well. I played it a little bit at Summer Games Fest, and it was a game. Like after you play Corpse Party, these putting girls in like horror situations is like, seen it.
They'll be fine.
I've seen these girls get shot.
Every horror movie, the lady survives, the final girl. They're fine.
except in oh wait, well I guess. What about that Camp Crystal Lake? You know, when at the end where he comes up and the
Yeah,
pulls her
doesn't she?
down,
Oh
she
yeah, I think
wakes
she
up.
does.
I
Yeah.
don't think she should have woke up. I think that's
That
been
was like
debunked
a
where they
note.
added that
Yeah.
like the original screening just had there was
And
no
then
wake
everyone was
up.
like, "No, she has to be." And they're like,
Yeah,
"Okay, we'll fix
prove. I'm not going to Google it to
screening."
check, so I'm just
It
going to
feels that
believe.
way.
Yeah. Sucker Punch announced a new
That's
game,
the big boy.
Ghost of Yotai. Am I saying that right?
Okay.
Yotai, female protagonist. How do you feel about that? How does that
That's
make you
cool.
feel?
Cool. That's good.
You feel less than? You feel weak?
I feel emasculated, and
You
like I
feel
want to make
demasculated?
400 YouTube
Mm.
videos about how angry I am and how much it makes me mad.
Oh,
And
think about the
some
DEI
money.
boardroom. The boardroom. We need females. This game looks fucking brilliant.
uh, I think it rocks. I mean, like Jin was not the part of Ghost of Tsushima that was the best. Like he was cool, but he wasn't like I wasn't like I need to play as Jin from now on. So
Interesting. You're
I'm
right.
down for
I don't know Jin.
yeah. So I'm down
Like,
for this lady. This should be cool. She's a
yeah,
gun.
and respect to Ghost of Tsushima because that's not a knock on the game. It was just
Oh, that's
so
a great
effing
game.
immersive. I
Yeah,
think I only think I didn't beat it. I didn't beat
I
the game.
100% of it.
I got really far. And then I think I'm at the last area. I'm at probably like 2 or 3 hours left, but I just don't want to complete it. So maybe I'll complete
Yeah,
it when this game gets closer to launch. I spent so long, like like I barely fast traveled. I think I fast
yeah.
traveled
Just
maybe
want
just
to
at the end of the
explore.
game. I just loved going, or I feel like I was missing something by fast traveling, and I just loved
That's a
running
good
through a
sign.
field and just like getting fucked with like this beautiful like eye visual. uh
Yeah,
oh, it's so great. And this
just so
trailer
much.
just takes me back there, man. This trailer just
I can't
oh,
wait. It's gonna be so good.
I do hope they like and I say I don't know Jin, but he had some family issues that I think kind of helped the first half of that game, but I was definitely well immersed once you pass that first island. I think that's
Yeah,
when it's like, okay, he set up his character, he set up his path forward. Now let me take over. Let me make my
yeah,
mark on this world. I did like his story. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
yeah.
that I
He wasn't
easily
like Cloud Strife, where you're like, this character is my character. Like,
mm-hmm,
it was just like, oh, he's cool and he's a good vessel for the player, and
mm-hmm,
his story is enough that it works. Um,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, no, I can't. It's gonna rock. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool to learn more stuff about say is it the same map?
No, it's in. I think it's in Hokkaido.
Maybe I should read.
Um, if I
PlayStation
recall.
blog featured more details about the game and protagonist Atsu. The narrative occurs over 3 centuries after the Ghost of Tsushima. This is also the developer's first game built from the ground up on PlayStation 5, which will be evident through massive sightlines for environmental perception and other
Ooh,
extraordinary details, as well as new gameplay mechanics, improvements, and weapons. We will keep you
ooh,
updated
ain't gonna
for the
mount your
launch.
pay.
Um, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
That's
It's gonna
awesome.
be amazing. It's gonna rock.
I'm off Twitter, so I don't know if anyone's talking crap, but I'm
Probably.
imagining they are.
Like assume they are, but who
But
cares?
no
It's gonna
one's
be
gonna
cool.
stop me from believing that this is the coolest game, one of the coolest
Yeah,
games that
it's gonna
was
be one of
revealed
the
this year.
games of the year.
I think Soul Reaver and Lunar cooler, but um, that's just me. Um, I will like. I love female protagonists are actually hard. I played that game Unknown 9 that Bandai is working on, and it essentially plays like an Uncharted
Mhm.
S game with like I don't know environmental action stuff like that and narrative driven, where you're completing little missions and you run into an area. And there's guards and you kind of have to make your way through. It's Uncharted, you know.
Yeah,
Just think Uncharted. But the way that they did their female protagonist is so like good. Like it's so like they don't like I think you could even see it in this. Like her being a woman and being up against these men triggers something in your head. It's like she is like fighting. She's like
she's fighting for her life.
if she survives this, she's gonna have to put her all into it. And I think Unknown 9 shows that. It's like this girl's like, yeah, hand-to-hand combat probably not going to work, maybe work with one foe, but when you get two or three, we're going to have to start using the environment. We're going to have to start using my abilities and my strengths to get through these areas. It's such a good it's really cool. I actually enjoyed it. It was like oh, this huge ass guy came out and he has all this armor on, and I go up and try to punch him with this. Ow, it hurts. It's like, fuck yeah. Like that's thank you for like, because I'm trying to cheese through the fights. They're telling me use all like the environment and stuff, and I'm just trying to cheese through and like hit a guy like I would, like I would in Uncharted.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you got to actually strategize. You got to plan.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The controls start getting like, after like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, the controls started getting like really, I started memorizing them, and you could just like take over a guy, shoot. And so it's like Caligula effect, where if you take over a guy, which I think you get up to like 3 different takeovers, but you start off with 1, but you take over him and then time stops and you get to like record something that he does. You press play and then time goes on. So you can like set up these like intricate like plays on the field. It's really cool. If you haven't checked out Unknown 9, look into that game.
I'll look it up. That's cool.
But I think this trailer highlights something that I've seen in the industry is like finally like it's not this is a female protagonist. This is a female protagonist, and we understand how to deliver a female protagonist. It's not a female protagonist on a male protagonist's rig. It's a female protagonist on a female protagonist's rig. These are her powers. This is her strength. It's not the guy's strength. It's not the guy's. It creates cool, it creates a totally different dynamic in a video game. Like your whole entire perception of each situation that you're going to walk into is completely different. I love it. I love the challenge, because it could have been so easy to just create Jin and do a sequel. And, wait, I don't think they can. But
yeah, depending,
but but just do a sequel. I don't know, with another guy with his son, or it would have been easy. They would, no one would have said shit. It would have been fine. But they're like, no, let's get ourselves out of our comfort zone. And Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a studio that I think could do it.
I think it's going to be something special.
I think so.
And if they want to return to Infamous after that, I'm not going to say no.
No one's going to say anything.
I was going to say no.
A lot of other games were announced. Nothing
that tickles our fancy as much.
Yeah, nothing cool. But what would you rate that? There's I get a 7. 7 out of 10.
7.5.
But I'm excited for the future of video games, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Dude, this is our longest episode.
It is an hour, 5 minutes. Holy moly. Holy mackinaw.
I gotta go eat dinner now. That's our episode. We have some homework. You have to watch Cabin in the Woods over the weekend.
I will. Yeah. I'll watch Cabin in the Woods. Although, aren't we starting in October? Is it October this weekend?
Well, October's next week.
True.
Oh, also, we're doing Yay. If you listen this far, we are doing Yay or Nay next week.
Mm-hmm.
We will be doing the Yay.
So if you want to see it right at the beginning of October, you got to do the Patreon.
You got to do the Patreon. I don't know who's listening this far, though.
I don't know who's listening this far, but today, when this goes out outside the Patreon, you could be listening.
You could
us, Yay or Nay.
Yeah. You could have been ahead of the game, but
so you're playing. In there.
But you're playing.
All
right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and have a good day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.